Hi everybody, it's Chonteau with Soul Care University, and I have another Wise Woman video to add to our series about learning about the Wise Woman tradition. So in the Wise Woman tradition, fresh is best. And so when we're choosing herbs to work with, we can experiment with using fresh herbs like these. I got these from my garden this morning. So a lot of people are intimidated with growing herbs, but they're also intimidated with buying herbs in the grocery store. And so most of the time, the fresh herbs can be found in the produce section. And sometimes they're loose like this, and sometimes they're in a little package or they're in a little bag. And so my suggestion, because when we talk about the Wise Woman tradition, we're talking about making a connection. It's very hard to make a connection with a dried herb. So in order to make a connection with a fresh herb, you smell it. So go ahead and open up that little package. Usually it's like a little box in the store, or even if it's a bag, it'll have several holes in the bag, and smell the herb through the little hole, or just take a little peek. You can even just do this, rubbing your fingers on the leaf, which releases the essential oils, and then you can smell the herb on your hand. So I know many of you will want to follow like what the book says. So the book says use parsley for chicken, or the book will say use basil in your spaghetti sauce. But I have found the best way to know what to use your fresh herbs for is to try it, is to experiment. And that is a key Wise Woman way philosophy. Try it out for yourself and see how you like it. See how it tastes. See how it resonates in your meal. You do not have to go by a book. And so this morning I just picked a few. I picked a little parsley. I picked a little African blue basil. And I picked a little piece of oregano, Italian oregano. And so these are going to be my bouquet that I'm going to have in the kitchen for several weeks, and I'm going to show you how this bouquet will last. So first, I have a spaghetti jar. I remember I told you spaghetti jars are super important. Sometimes I will buy spaghetti jars, spaghetti sauce, just to get the jar. But now I have probably 100 jars, so I don't need to do that anymore. Fill it up with water. Put your fresh herbs that you've bought from the grocery store in your jar. Make sure that you have enough water so that the stems are in the water. You could leave this on your countertop if you have like a little sunny window seal, or the sun comes in. You could leave it there and just make sure you're kind of filling the water up. But to last a little bit even longer, get yourself a plastic Ziploc or plastic bag. And all I did was I draped the bag over the jar. So I have a rubber band around the bottom of the jar, which I can use to now seal my bag all the way around. And I'm going to put this in the refrigerator. The moisture is going to gather inside this bag, and it's going to keep my herbs very, very fresh. It almost is like creating a little greenhouse. And when I do this, the herbs last for weeks. And a lot of times I will even get new growth onto my herbs, which then I can keep clipping away. So before I fix dinner, or sometimes I love to put herbs in my eggs, my scrambled eggs or my scrambled tofu. So before I eat in the morning, I may pull this out of the refrigerator and kind of set it on the counter, let it get a little sun. I'll pick off of it because I love the process of picking fresh herbs, smelling them, and then adding them to my food. It helps to deepen my connection with these particular plants. I don't worry about what they're good for. If it's fresh, it's best, and I know it's good for something. So I don't worry about having to research everything it needs to be doing for my body. I focus on my connection and knowing that it is doing something good for my body. And then when I'm on, a break or when I have spare time, I'll kind of, hey, I wonder what that parsley is good for. And that way, when I'm researching about my herb, it's not very academic. It's more casual and fun. And the Wise Woman tradition is all about having fun, and deeply connecting to nature. That is what we want. And when we do that, we will stick with it. So, as a reminder, I'm having a Wise Woman immersion on July 14th, right outside of Leesburg, Florida. And I welcome 10 amazing women to join us for a day of learning about tips like this, wild edibles. We're going to be talking about our moon time, which is our menses, the power of our menopausal years, just a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm really excited. So have an amazing day and get out in your grocery store, produce section, and start foraging. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.